In a sea of drama and darkness and negativity, we just want to keep shining this big beaming light of love and care.
Before we dive into this week's episode, let's talk about a brand we both genuinely love, Cytoplan. You've probably heard us mention them before, and that's because their supplements are next level.
Yes, Cytoplan has been part of my routine for a while now. They just get it when it comes to health. Their whole approach is rooted in science and totally in tune with nature.
Exactly. Their formulas are bioeffective, which basically means the nutrients are in forms your body actually recognizes and uses properly and at the appropriate levels. Cytoplan is used and trusted by health practitioners across the country. Their formulas are developed by nutritional therapists and backed by over 3 decades of clinical insight. You really can feel the quality when you take them.
Plus, it's not just about what's in the bottle, it's the mission behind it too. Cytoplan is 100% owned by a charitable foundation, which means everything they do is about helping people live well for longer. It's not about trends or quick fixes, it's about real, lasting health.
That is so wonderful to know. And whether it's our energy, perimenopause, menopause itself, sleep, immunity, or just staying on top of your health, they've got you covered. You can also get a free health questionnaire and a consultation by ringing the helpline.
So if you're ready to take ownership of your health, check out Cytoplan, powered by nature, proven by science, and rooted in purpose. We'll pop the link and an exclusive 15% discount code in the show notes. Hello, I'm Karen Melllers.
Hello there, I'm Dr. Rosy Daniel.
You've just tuned in to Alive and Loving It, and we're here to help you bring joy and energy back to your life. Hello, thank you so much for joining us again. The beginning of season 4. Oh my goodness. What are we doing, Rosie?
Fantastic, Karen. I'm so excited and so happy to be setting forth on our 4th season.
We have a lot to share with you today because this episode, we're claiming it as a bonus one because it's very different to all the episodes that we've done in the past. And we're doing it at the start of season 4 because we've been in our wintering time, Rosie. We've been dreaming and now we're ready to go, aren't we? And I'm so proud of us that we are in line with the seasons. You know, in the Northern Hemisphere, we're just coming into spring. And oh my goodness, are we feeling our energy rise, Rosie?
Yes, and I'm so happy with this refocus and shift in our course because I just feel I have so much to share, Karen. I've been a integrative holistic doctor for 40 years now, and I am bursting with information to share and just make sure that everybody listening feels empowered to tackle this big range of health conditions from a truly integrative, empowered self-help perspective where, you know, we can help people know exactly how much they can do to help themselves.
And you know what I think you're also bursting with, Rosie, is love and care. I mean, we were chatting this morning and the passion that came through you about how deeply you care that this information is out there now for people. And it's the time, you know, it's the time to do it now in a sea of drama and darkness and negativity. We just want to keep shining this big beaming light of love and care for the world and everybody.
What I was telling you about was the dream I had in the last week about the power of the emotion that came through was so strong that it actually woke me up. I was in a room actually full of men who were leaders, so-called, and billionaires. And they were saying, so what is all this health stuff you keep going on about? And I said, and I just erupted in this volcano of anger saying, it is because I care. Do you care? Do you care about the air? Do you care about the water? Do you care about the plants and the trees and the planet? Do you care about cancer and what's going on? And so, I just think that it's my soul's response to the fact that all this money, time, effort, pain, misery is being inflicted on the world because of the pursuit of money and power, when the only agenda for now is survival of nature, of people, of planet, and the triumph, the power of love as opposed to the love of power.
Yeah. And you're not alone, Rosie. We're we've shed tears over the last week, and many of my friends have as well, because we care deeply. Not just about ourselves and the communities, but about what's going on in the world. So we're going to keep doing it, love, aren't we?
And we're going to get stronger, and we're going to build this podcast and our community of all of those of you listening and sharing this with your friends, with your colleagues, so that we can create a mighty force for healthy change.
Thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in again. Thank you for your comments. And so we've got a little bit of information to share with you. Now, as good mentors, Rosie, we're taking a bit of our own medicine here, because we've done 40 episodes now in 10 months. And well, at the end of season 3, we took a little bit of time, didn't we, in February, to look back and review at what we'd done and what we were achieved, and to reconnect in with our reason why. And as mentors for people that are going through the Health Creation Programme, we encourage them to do that. Why? Why do we encourage them to do that? And why are we doing it? Because it lifts our spirits. It reconnects us with our purpose. It brings us back into alignment, ready for the next lot of energy to go.
Yeah, absolutely right. And that connecting with our why and what's this all about. And, you and I have taken time with my visit to you up in your beautiful new home in Scotland. But I think for everybody listening, just ask yourself, why am I listening to this podcast? What is it stirring in me? What's it moving in me?
Yeah. And if you can, find us on our website. There's a contact page there where you can just send us a little message, or put a message on Instagram, because all the likes and the shares and the sign-ups, when we read those, Rosie, we get that love back.
Yeah.
And it keeps us going. So please do that for us. It just brightens our day, doesn't it? Keep doing it. Keep doing it. So, I mean, what have you heard from the listeners over the past 10 months, Rosie? Which ones have stuck out for you?
Well, I keep getting messages, lovely messages saying, I am completely addicted to your podcast, in, a sea of all this misery I'm hearing on the radio and, through my social media, to have your voices beaming through with so much positivity and love, that this has become my go-to place to come and listen to the podcast. So that's been just super encouraging. Beautiful.
I read one a couple of weeks ago that said, it's like I put the kettle on and it's like a sit down with two old friends.
Oh.
I mean, I think she meant friends that have been friends for a long time, not that we're old. Although I do feel it. But yeah, it was just, I've had really good feedback about the authenticity and the connection between us and the love between us. I mean, that was intentional, really, for us, wasn't it? That's why you came to Scotland in February again. And we need time together, because it creates this energy and love that we want to beam out.
And of course, this time a year ago, what a steep learning curve. We didn't know what it took to make a podcast, and we were probably a bit more nervous. Now we're so relaxed and flowing with what is happening inside us, between us, and around us.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, learning the technology, learning how to bring guests in and what guests needed to feel comfortable. I mean, in 10, 12 months, we've achieved a lot. I'm proud of us. And I'm proud of our listeners, because we didn't know anybody was going to listen, did we?
Well, and kudos to you, because you went off and did your course on how to do a podcast. You found our amazing producer, Misha Baker, and our lovely team, with Tegan, my assistant, and Murdoch, your assistant. We're growing our team and our capability, and this is this urge is to grow our team now and to just reach more people.
Yeah, isn't it good to have the young ones around us, Rosy? I mean, because they know Instagram. I'm so proud of you with Instagram. When we started, Rosy's like, what is this app? And now you're an avid scroller, aren't you? But I'm so glad for the young ones around us and their energy that they bring and their enthusiasm and their knowledge of some of these apps that have been a little bit harder for us to get to grips with. But we did it, kidda. We've done our best. So why did we start, Rosy? And has that changed for you, love?
Okay, so I think, when we talked in the very first place, we said, that my archetype is the messenger and your archetype is the weaver.
I remember, yeah.
And I mean, I think we've got many archetypes going on here, but the impulse in me is to learn, share. I've been that curious human really from the get-go, because I did grow up, as people have heard, in a very bonkers, dysfunctional family situation with good things and opportunities, but it created in me this massive question of what is it all about? What is life? What is, spirit? What is the divine, the source? How does it all work? How does it fit together? And so this has sent me on a lifelong journey of exploration and discovery, and that I've aimed to distill within the Health Creation Program and the mentorship, that whole approach. But what you've given me here is this incredible opportunity and platform to share that with everybody that's listening. So, a massive epiphenomenon, if you wish, of all of this is we now have recorded what has been my life's work, this Health Creation Program, the 12 Health Creation Principles. So what a gift you have given me to be able to bring this in and ground it and record it for posterity.
It's a gift for everyone, Rosy. I mean, from the minute I met you and the way that you can explain things, ground things, join the dots. For me, I learned so much. So the gift really is for everybody. And we've seen that with the comments that are coming back. But the gift you gave for me, love, I left my home, I left my work, I left my job. What was I doing? I don't know. I found my way up to Scotland and I let everything go of the old me and thought, well, let's see what comes in. And ring, ring. Hello, it's Rosy. Can I come and see you? You rescued. Well, did you rescue me? No, you didn't rescue me, because I was intentionally taking that path of making space. But I was making space for you, and I was making space for this podcast. And while I was on the road, the community, sitting down every Wednesday, the rhythm, the connection with other people, the fact that I knew we were putting good stuff out into the world. My reason why has been, let's give people an informed choice. It's not about preaching to people. It's not about trying to fix anybody. But are you aware of these services? Are you aware of these experts? Can you get to them? Do you know what's involved in a homeopathic consultation? The amount of people I've talked to who are scared because they think they've got to take their clothes off at one of these sessions. But, that's been my reason why. And this has really tapped into that, Rosy. So thank you, dear one, for, reaching out at the time that you did. It was meant to be.
Yes. And, I think that the healing that I have witnessed, my greatest teachers, I always wish to honour the great founderesses of the Bristol Cancer Help Centre, Pat Pilkington and Penny Bron, who use their female intuition to download, channel, create a whole new pathway in holistic healing. But from that point, and the amazing therapy team I worked with there way back between 85 and 2000, the main teachers have been my clients, because every single new person that I work with has got a different story, there's a different causative factor, there's a different chemistry, there's a different set of patterns and habits and beliefs that are creating the distress or the dis-ease. But also because those people are in this active learning mode, they're teaching me, have you heard about this? Have you heard about that? So it's an incredibly strong, virtuous circle of learning, growing, sharing, and open sourcing this knowledge. And I think within our community, there's so much wisdom in all of you to be shared. And I think this is part of what we are moving towards, Karen, in our refocusing, to create opportunities for our community to cross-pollinate and share.
Absolutely. I mean, the stories, the true life stories, the guests that we've had on, Claire Palmer's, some people, you can see that with the amount of views and listens and the comments coming back. It's touched people. It's relatable, and it helps people feel that they belong. When somebody else has the courage to share the truth about what's going on their health journey in their life, and you listen to it and you relate to it, it's like, oh my goodness, I'm not alone.
And I think the essence of Claire's story is that there wasn't a quick fix. There isn't a quick fix, but she has learned to live with and to find the beauty, the grace, the blessings day by day from an unfixed place, of living with the condition and the situation that she has. And boy, she's one of the most radiant beings. And I think that's what everybody has been picking up on.
Yeah, the humanity that comes through, that in with all of the challenges that we've got, there's so much beauty and love. And, Charlie Sargent's story at the end of season 3, which is very close to my heart because she's a dear friend. But what the power of positivity, the power of connection and community. I mean, wow, they're the real heroes in our podcast, Rosie, aren't they? We've been a vessel, and we knew we wanted to do something, to be active. But the guests that have come on are the real heroes, those stories.
And last week, I was delighted and privileged to have English tea with Hayley Mills, our very first guest, who is about to turn 80.
Wow.
And it's now years since we met. And since she had her diagnosis, which was, jolly serious at the time. So,
Yeah.
there are many people who have, people ask me, are all of these things you're talking about nice to have? Do they make you feel better about having a bloody awful situation? And I would say, no, they help you get better, because when those molecules of emotion to do with belief and hope and new vision, new life, the finding the life in your life. And Hayley reminded me again of the fact that she said when she got her diagnosis, her first thought is, now I will show the world what I'm made of. Having had that life of success and glittering opportunity and being, Walt Disney's muse and her father, John Mills' child, and, having all of that, there was a real quickening in her of, okay, world, now we're going to see who I am and what I can achieve. And here she is, living, surviving, having healed and grown to a beautiful elder status.
Yeah, she's an inspiration to us all, really is. I will go back and listen to that, watch that episode again. Watch it on YouTube if you haven't already, but I think many of you have, because we've had hundreds and hundreds of views of that one. Thank you, dear Hayley. It really helped us kick off the podcast. So we didn't know anybody would listen. We didn't know it would impact people, but we did it anyway. We're a bit like that, Rosie, aren't we? We just sort of go full stream ahead. But where we are now, with us, just the two of us and our little team, because it is a very little team, they only work part-time for us, and all of our not knowing about all the systems. But we have over 550 people who are engaged with us, following us on Instagram, responding to signing up to the newsletter, subscribing on YouTube. That's just like, wow. We love you. Thank you so much. That's amazing. The US, because the show airs on Atlanta FM on a Monday lunchtime in the US, they are telling us we have 5,000 listeners a week in the US. And we're starting to get emails coming in from our US listeners. We love you. You're over the sea and we don't know who you are, but we love you. Thank you. We're getting hundreds of downloads, audio downloads, hundreds of views on YouTube, messages, conversations. People have become clients. People have come on retreats. People have come into the women's circles. And also people are starting to connect with our guest experts. So this has led us to something, hasn't it, Rosie?
It has indeed, because what I feel the hunger for in a lot of the messages I get is that people want to go deeper. So these doors that we've opened, whether it's Rowena Beaumont with her EFT, or Marcus Fernandez with his amazing homeopathy, or Dr. Alan Watkins with his astounding heart rate variability monitoring, and too many for me to mention. But people are now saying, okay, let's go deeper. So one of the parts of our refocus is that on our website, we are just in the process now of opening up to you a Go Deeper page where you can go and get in touch with each of our guests personally, to explore with them, do I want to work with you as a therapist? Do I want to do your trainings? Do I want to go into mentorship? Do I want to attend a women's group or come on retreat with Karen and Dr. Paula Petrie to come to Italy? Do I want to see Rosie in her clinic? Because we are all here for you and we have so much more to offer. So I think this going deeper and making sense for all of us of not only what's going on with our health and our well-being, but what is going on with our soul. How do we be in the world at this time? How do we live? And just actually not only come into a new way of living for ourselves, but show up in service, in action, as beautiful Kimberly Dunn has done to plant her 53,000 trees. There's a quickening going on of people like the dream that I've just told you about, of people saying, this is not all right. We are not okay with sitting silently witnessing destruction and devastation. So there's a stirring and this desire for people to go deeper.
Yeah, there is. And what I love about what we've done, Rosie, is we have quite a few experts. Now, how we've chosen these people is on a soul level, because they are connected with us on getting this information out to as many people as possible. It's driven by the higher purpose, not by, like in the past, there would be competition or comparison and keeping things to yourself and trying to make money, that being the main focus, rather than let's get this out there. So we choose people like Marcus, who's given away his homeopathy at home course. And they're connected with us on a soul level. So we have no problem at all recommending these people, do we, Rosie?
Absolutely not.
and we have faith in them, and we know that we're all connected on this bigger movement, and we're not the only ones. There's other people doing this as well, that we're all working towards getting this information out there so that you as a human being have an informed choice. And that's what the page looks like. You can see all of our experts that have agreed to go deeper with us. You can re-listen to their episode, and then you can click a button and book a discovery call with them, or however they've decided is the next level of contact. Because I know, and I've had so much feedback from people saying, well, I'm interested in having, a homeopathy session, but what does it really entail? I'm a little bit scared. And, I know I have to pay for a homeopathy session, but, can I find out a bit more about it to really make sure it's for me? We are encouraging you to listen to your inner knowing about what is right for you. That's a principle in health creation as well, Rosy, isn't it?
Well, it is, but also investing in ourselves, because we will merrily, not so merrily, we'll go out and put £90 worth of petrol in our car, or buy a frock, or go on a holiday, or spend money on a meal out. But that shift to investing in ourselves for healing or retreat, or this is a shift. And I think, you and I have got where we've got to by jumping into these therapeutic and personal development opportunities that have enriched and just grown our soul wisdom and our ability to have the resilience to stay present with what's happening. You have kindly commented on the fact that it's the work I've done that has grown the resilience or the capacity in me to hold the level of pain and distress and truth, personal truth that I'm working with at the moment. And I'm about to today have a session myself with Dr. Paula Petrie to look at my own shadow and, the underbelly of the difficulties in my own life that keep showing up as recurring patterns. So I think I would encourage anybody, who thinks, oh, that's too expensive, or I can't spend that money on myself, to think again, because, this is your soul journey in your soul contract in this lifetime. And these are people who can really take you forward.
Yeah. And Rosie, I love you so much for sharing your leadership like that. There's so much noise on social media of these people who are pretending they've got it all sorted, that they're perfect bodies and their perfect lives. And it's just not true, darling, is it? We're all human and we're all working on our own stuff. And these people that have come in as experts, we use them. I think I've had a session with just about everybody. I am hungry for it.
I think doing the episode that I did to do with my own healing in the relationship patterning and the incredible healing I made through Tantra and my teacher, John Hawkin, I think that really pointed up for me that there are unhealed elements that I still need to work with. So watch this space.
Get ready, world, when she's that energy. but I don't, what I really love about us is that we're not pretending to be something that we're not, Rosie. Even with all your experience and 40 years being a doctor, you still don't have it all figured out, and you're brave enough to say that. And you know what it does for me? It's like, well, if Rosie can do it, maybe I can. It doesn't make you like unapproachable or unreachable. Sometimes I look at these people on social media and I think, there's no way I can do that and get those abs, those washboard abs. I just can't. It's not my vitality. But when somebody is as gracious and as human as you are, Rosie, it makes me think, well, if Rosie can do it, maybe I can as well. And I've always wanted to put that message out to people.
So I've always wanted spiritual abs,
So that's what you're going for this afternoon. So, but one of the things we did in February, and I think, when we have these dreaming sessions, I want to talk about the tension that it can cause between us as well, because it's not all rose tinted glasses working in collaboration. And we hit a tension point about the fact that actually, if we're going to put this wellness website out there and the podcast, we need to put our own wellness and our own sustainability first as well. And even though, up until now, we've given the podcast away, we've done it for love, we've paid our team, we funded the first 3 seasons. We've had to be really honest with ourselves. If we want to reach the amount of people that we know we can reach, we need some more people coming in and helping us, because, even though you've got twice as much energy as me, Rosie, we're both getting on a bit. We need more energy and we need more people to come in with their angel wings and support us. So we're going to talk about that in a bit. And I just want to leave a little bit of a pause, because we've been a bit nervous about naming it, but I'm proud of us again to name it and say, this is reality, folks. We have to pay Misha, our production person. We have to pay Tegan, who's doing our website. We have to pay Murdoch, who's doing all the show notes. We do. So how do we make this sustainable, and how do we bring in more resource so that we can reach more people through marketing and, young people that are going to know how to use Instagram better than me and you, although you are the expert in it.
Well, let's name it. We are now launching, with great excitement, the opportunity for our listeners to become our guardians. So we are inviting you to contribute to the support and the growing of our podcast. So if you go to our website, aliveandlovingit.org, you will find that there's a link to become a guardian. And what we are asking our guardians to do is, if it's possible for you to make a monthly donation at whatever level is possible for you, so that we can grow and so that we can become sustainable, so that we can build our team, so that we can reach more people in more countries around the world. So it's been our absolute joy for these first 3 seasons to be our gift, but it is a lot of work and it does need a lot more support. So if that appeals to you to join as one of our guardians, please go to our website and link in to become a guardian. We would be so grateful for your support and to just go further in reaching our potential. It's an exciting moment, and it is very much in line with what we've been trying to say all along, which is to be able to ask for help, to be able to receive, and to create that virtuous circle of giving and receiving.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So this is an exciting day for us to name that and to put that invitation out there.
It is. It's nerve-wracking, and we're stepping into our leadership, because we know the worth of this information and the doorways we're opening to these guest experts. And we've taken advice, and we've set up a very simple giving page on a system that is used by other people to share their content. So it's a normal thing that is done by many other people. And we agreed between us that give what you can. We're not putting any tiered systems in, and we just give if you feel it's right. If you've received, please listen to that and give. But also, we don't want to alienate anybody, Rosie, because every like, every share, every comment is also giving. And that goes all in the big pot, doesn't it?
What's the most fantastic thing is if you can give something each month,
yes,
then that's completely manageable for you, then that really helps turn the wheels. But Karen, let's reveal the focus for our season 4,
Yep.
because after our beautiful time together in Scotland, tuning into what we have ready to offer, what's happened for me is just to connect with how much knowledge I have available. As I said at the beginning, I am bursting with knowledge. Having been an integrative medicine doctor for 40 years, the knowledge that I've accrued in conditions from diverse as piles to brain tumors to aches and pains to how to deal with hay fever. So the new idea for season 4 is that we go in by condition. And that the hope is that this will not only be relevant to you as listeners, but to your families, to your colleagues, to the other people in your networks, because for every single condition, whether it's, something as big as cancer to something as annoying as hay fever, there are at least, I'm going to say 10 things in each single condition that you can do. And the very first one is going to be menopause, which is so topical, so much in the public awareness at this time.
But we're covering things like heart disease and digestion and stress. These are things that people have a challenge with.
And diabetes and overweight and aches and pains. And so this is nitty-gritty integrative medicine. And really at the barefoot doctor level, I want to share with you what I've learned and what my clients have taught me.
Yeah. And in terms of guests, we are getting the old gang back together. We started this podcast for an internal community at Wellida UK, which was the Wellida Wellbeing Advisors, which had just been renamed Wellida Advocates. And we started this podcast for them with our beautiful friend, Evelyn Liddell. And she is a pharmacist, homeopath, Wellida esthetician, works for Wellida UK. And we had a right old crack doing it for them. I'm learning the Scottish language. We had a right old crack doing it for the Wellida Advisors. And I am very happy to say that she has agreed to join us for 6 episodes of the next season. She is hilarious. She's representing Glasgow. And she's going to join us and for 6 of the episodes, and we can't wait to introduce you to Evelyn. Her wisdom is priceless, and we are thrilled to have the old gang back together.
And she's an anthroposophist as well, representing the Steiner view. And she's sitting in the heart of Wellida still in that role as pharmacist. And I just adore the way that she will bring in these sensitive perspectives on the different constitutions, our strengths, our vulnerabilities. So it's going to be delightful.
Delightful. We can't wait. So the first one next week is menopause with you and I, and a very meaty topic. Can't hope we can do it justice, but we've both got experience in that. And we want to open up a whole load of topics and discussions so that our community can start meeting each other. So that will start happening through the Guardians and through our Go Deeper pages. Really, really excited. So I think we're there, love. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for this refocus. What did we call it? Course correction. And opening up the next exciting chapter.
Yeah, and heading deeper into the territory on all levels with the knowledge and information about these health conditions, but all these chances to meet and to work with the incredible group of teachers that we've brought together and therapists.
Yeah, and it feels like we're really opening it up. It's not our podcast, it's your podcast. It's all of our podcast. Where can it go? The sky's the limit, love. I'm very, very happy and alive and loving it.
Brilliant.
See you next week for the first one.
Thank you so much for joining us on this episode of Alive and Loving It. We really hope that today's conversation has sparked your passion and showed you ways to open up into the vibrant life that's possible for you.
Absolutely, Rosie. I mean, we do have to remember that transformation begins with love, and that is self-love, love for others, and love for our beautiful planet. When you embrace love and you just allow yourself to receive as much as you give, you unlock the fullest potential of your life.
That is the truth, Karen. And we're here to support you every step of the way on your journey. So if you enjoyed what you heard today, please join our community and check out our trainings and our services such as my Dr. Rosy Daniel clinic and Karen's beautiful women's circles and retreats and the events where we can all go deeper together. And do please send us your feedback. We want to hear your ideas for the podcast, who you'd like us to interview, and the questions you want us to ask and get answered. Through the contact page on our website, just go to aliveandlovingit.org.
I've really enjoyed reading them. But when you're there, be sure to sign up for our newsletter and updates. And what about following us on Instagram as well? We are at Alive and Loving It Community. Once you've signed up to the newsletter, you'll receive extra notes from today's show and more inspiration to help you live your most vibrant life.
Thank you for being with us. Keep shining, stay true to yourself, and remember, this is your time to live your fullest, healthiest life.
So until next time, keep doing what you love most in life. I know Rosie and I will be. We're so excited to connect with you on the next episode of Alive and Loving It. And we welcome you with open hearts to our Alive and Loving It community.